I have a question to all the true artists out there, the ones that just couldn't be satisfied with what the world gave you, but instead had to create things on your own. The ones that aren't just a consumer in our content-filled environment, but a creator as well. The ones that spend sleepless nights perfecting their very own masterpiece. My question to you is this. What is wrong with us? Why do we even bother with all the creation? What exactly is it that motivates us? Most things in life are done in an effort to sustain our lives, you know? We go to work to put food on the table, we eat that food so we don't starve to death, then we sleep because we need rest. Now, you could totally incorporate art into this routine and make a career out of being an artist. But if we're being realistic, the chances of this happening are slim. And yet there's something that still compels us to be creative. In this video, I just want to explore what that driving force may be, and specifically ask whether or not to be an artist requires an audience. Let me take y'all back to my college years, where I started a webcomic called Amygdala Comics. You might recognize one of the four main characters. Initially, this was just something to do to impress girls and kill time. It was a fun little side hobby where I'd throw up a comic strip a day on Instagram. You see, social validation was one of the big motivators, for me at least. And honestly, that sounds shallow, but there were some good elements of being social with art. I got to meet cool people, some other cool comic creators, and hear their stories and see their style. I'm still friends with some who are still killing it. Now, my comic was pretty surface level with daily gags, but slowly incorporated story arcs and plots and emotion until the whole thing became very personal. But about 300 strips in, I was about to enter law school, so I called it quits. I called this set of 300 strips Season 1, even though I had zero plans for a Season 2. Now I imagine many of you have, or maybe are, in this Season 1 phase of sharing your artwork. You put your heart and soul into some creation, and you obviously want to share that. Get opinions, get praise, even get critiques so you can improve. Plus, it's just a cool and interesting thing to have a hobby where you exercise a skill. In a world of consumption and consumers, it's a little cool to be like, hey, I make things of my own. Now, some would argue that this social element of artwork is a requirement, that art made in isolation isn't artwork, but self-indulgence. Art is a social phenomenon. It brings people together, encourages dialogue, and can greatly influence an individual's life. To hide that away from others is to devalue your artwork in a sense. However, for the past couple of years, I've lived under a different philosophy of art. Sure, one can argue art is supposed to be social, but I would argue art is also supposed to be authentic. And authenticity and social exposure are often at odds. If you've gone through a breakup, or lost a pet, or gone through some traumatic experience that you channel into artwork, maybe you don't want to let the world see that. Maybe it's just for you, and I think that's okay. I mean, let's say you want to make a very personal piece of art, but we're told beforehand that it would be displayed in a museum for many to see. How would this information impact your creative process? Would you maybe hold back a little? Or maybe you try even harder since others are going to see it. Anyway, for the past couple of years, I've been living this isolated art philosophy. Season 2 of my comic did happen, and it totals around 350 strips. More than my original 300 in Season 1. And even though I made it into a pretty book, just like Season 1, I've kept it all to myself. Granted, I did upload a couple strips on Instagram, but nothing too crazy. What resulted were more personal stories. The series became much more autobiographical, and I recreated scenes directly from my life for the characters to live. And honestly, these scenes and stories may be actually boring to others, like my trip to Spain story arc, like who the hell cares? But nonetheless, it means something important to me. As you could guess by the number of strips and the longer time it took, I actually felt more motivated knowing this wouldn't be viewed by the public. This was for me, and when I'm 80 and old, I could read back these pseudo-autobiographical diary-esque comics and relive my life through the lens of these weirdos. But even though I felt more authentic and more motivated when working on a private work, I do sometimes feel those urges to share the comic with close friends. Perhaps that's an inseparable part of art, that desire to share. However, that desire doesn't have to always actualize, and perhaps a more authentic experience can come about through private art. Those are my thoughts anyway on public versus private art. Wow, this video was super unfocused and rambling, but hey, if it caused any thoughts in you that you'd like to share, then comment below. If you got any value out of this mess of a video and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell. And with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day.